It is kind of coffin-like, you know.
The idea of it is a lot better than the practicality. It's quite a lot of work.
Hi, I'm Juliet Etherington. I'm here at Clifton Downs in Bristol, which has been dubbed Caravan City because of the huge number of people living in vans and caravans around the common land. Let's find out what it's like to live like this and what locals think.
I was living in Bristol and the rents were extortionate. I had massive burnout because I was working too much. I thought, I hate this. So I retreated back to Scotland, recovered from a bit of burnout, and then decided to buy a van and kit it out, and then try living in that to try and beat the housing crisis.
Landlord just wanted to kick us out. It wasn't, you know, there was mould everywhere. It was not a very good house at all. Right. So I think they just wanted to redo it and then sell it for more or something. It was all right, but you know, when you've got no savings and stuff, it's a bit like, what do I do? 2 of the guys in the house are now homeless because of it. So, well, one of them's in his car just over there,
right,
and the other one is with just with a partner at the moment.
My electricity in the summer will probably be free. In the winter, I have to run a small generator.
How much it costs?
£19,000. I know.
It's very nice though, and it needs to be in good condition, doesn't it? Otherwise
Yeah.
it's going to cost you
Yeah.
more money.
Yeah.
I know you've just moved in last night. How was your first night?
It was great.
Did you come up here yesterday daytime?
I loved it. It was just noisy, yeah. I just couldn't believe like lorries as well, just all through the night. But that for me is actually like quite nice, like that white noise kind of thing, just not feeling so alone. You know, I think maybe if it was dead quiet, I'd be a bit like, what am I doing? You know, like it's quite nice to hear people around and stuff.
The most stressful thing is that if you're in a temporary structure, you know, the engine can go wrong, you can get a leak in your roof, you could get moved on, you get a parking ticket. I'm aware that at the end of the day it is a temporary structure,
Yeah.
which is different from a home, because that's kind of more solid and more, you know, stable in some ways. It's more grounded.
Have you been moved on at all?
No, here we're very lucky. On that side you'll get a ticket, on this side you're supposed to get, I think it's 5 hours. I spoke to the warden yesterday, you get 5 hours and then you've got to move. But they never come up and check.
No.
They won't send 2 wardens up on the same day. Sometimes I've heard people will get a ticket for 25 quid. But 25 quid for, you know, is a minimal thing to pay if it's every couple of months or whatever. So. Well, we don't dislike the people. I quite like the caravan people, but there's a slightly different culture. The van dwellers tend to be explorers. They'll come and go. They'll create more space for other people because they're not always here. I think the van people have chosen this life a little bit more. I think the caravan people perhaps been forced into it a bit more, and that's not their fault, you know.
No.
That's probably because of various consequences of various factors. I don't think it's their fault. I don't dislike them at all. I do quite like the caravan people. They're different for me, but I do like them. Some of the caravan dwellers, they've pulled me up for this stuff around the back. You know, they're like, what are you going to do all that? And I'm like, you know, I quite appreciate that, because it means that they are like looking to keep the place tidy.
Yeah.
And they have sort of disciplined a few people. There's one guy who had all these bin bags and just rubbish nonsense outside his van.
Yeah.
They're like, mate, you've got to clean that up, otherwise we're going to tow your caravan and put it somewhere else, and you won't like that very much. I'm also running a car at the moment, which I may or may not keep. It's just quite handy having a little get around for getting my water, disposing of any waste, and doing my shopping and stuff like that.
So water, I have a hose, and like I can fill it up at my sister's work, or if I go to a friend's, but I haven't kind of got into city driving yet, because I'm a bit scared to take this massive thing around the little roads and stuff. But yeah, it can hold 20 litres of water, so I fill that up, and that lasts a good like 5-ish days, because that's obviously the taps and everything.
Yeah.
The solar panels are actually quite affordable. The ones I found were, I think it was like £200 for 2 of them. It's the inverter and the installation and all the little cabley bits and stuff that cost the money.
Yeah.
I got a quote, it was like $2.5 grand, and I was like, okay, I think it would be more like
We'll get back to
finding someone and being able to like do swaps, or like just find maybe a different way.
Yeah.
It's facilitating me being able to save money for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
A lot of that's going to my pension, because I've got 0 pension,
Yeah.
because I've always been spending it on rent, and it's not as comfortable as living in a house. You do have to make sacrifices. It's quite hard work, like there's more jobs involved, but I quite like that, because you see how much waste you create, you see how much rubbish you create, and you're kind of in contact with these things. It's more of a tangible life. You actually have to touch these things. You don't just chuck them out and let the infrastructure deal with it.